Much
really
for,
have got sad lives, haven't you?
Oh,
Terrorists will come and film police stations. They will film CCTV cameras.
When was the last terrorist attack against the police?
Welcome back to The Vultures. In the first clip, Auditor Nobody Poor is out exercising his right to film outside Beaumont-Leys police station. He's approached by two officers whose behaviour is nothing short of shocking.
Can I just ask what you're doing?
we're just doing some photography.
Some photography?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
We're police officers, we work here.
Oh yeah, where's uniforms then?
We don't need to have uniforms.
Do you want to identify yourself then?
I've got this around my neck. This is police property.
Hey,
what are you doing?
Keep your voice down. I'm a member of the public. Don't speak to me like that.
Is that right?
You're going to both deny that fact that I answered your question straight away.
Well, you said you're doing photography.
Yeah, which still
what
doesn't
is
make
it?
sense to me. Why? What is the purpose of your photography?
I don't care what
What is it
makes
that you're
sense to
doing?
you, to be honest. We're doing photography for our own reasons. I don't like your attitude.
I don't like your attitude, gents.
I don't have one, but I'm not the one working for the police, am I? So
The officer in the hat tried to intimidate Nobody Poor with his aggressive approach, but was met with calm and composure. Strange how it's the member of the public doing the de-escalating, when that's supposed to be the job of the police.
Where you right are, which is
Yeah.
part of the police station, which is
Yeah.
property. It's private property.
no,
okay.
what? So
right?
this is not publicly
So
accessible.
I think it is publicly accessible. But what you're doing, there's no reason for you to be here.
There's
Okay,
no
if you wanna-
reason
if
for
you
you
want
to-
record
there's no
the
reason
station,
for us to go
I suggest
either.
you go out onto the road and carry on doing what you're
Mate,
doing.
I suggest
I
you
think-
go away.
think they're
To the
very
pit. To the pit.
We'll get you some polish.
So much
You really have
for.
got sad lives, haven't you?
Oh, put it
yeah,
all
no, you
up.
record it.
Can I just say
record
something?
it.
Can I just say something?
You record it.
You've just sworn and committed a public order offence.
You're wasting my time, mate.
Yeah. Look at the
Okay.
state of this. I borrowed
Right, if I-
rogue police officer.
I do suggest,
Constable.
right, the way you're now following me, I'm
You
starting
are
to
a
feel
rogue.
threatened, and
Yeah,
I don't like what you're doing, and I don't like your attitude, okay?
Get a bit
Alright?
close, you just walked
Okay.
up to him.
This one's gone rogue.
Clear off then.
You're following me and right
then.
behind me. You're
No, you just sworn at us.
me.
Clear off then.
You just
Okay.
sworn at us. You've just abused us. That was abusive.
Okay, guys.
Look at him laughing. Disgraceful. You don't know the law. It's different when you've got someone who's meant to uphold it and then they're breaking it themselves. Walk of shame, look.
The two officers were clearly caught off guard when their usual commands didn't work on someone who knew his rights. With nothing left to say, they turned and walked off, making a complete show of themselves.
Who are you?
I'm not obliged to give you
Who
that
are you?
information. I'm not obliged to
Who
give you that
are you,
information.
sir?
In this video, a photographer is taking pictures from public land outside Kent Police Station, perfectly within his rights. But he's treated like a suspect and interrogated as if he's committed a crime.
Sit in
Your
front
name,
of you.
please, sir?
Don't need to give you
Yes,
your name, do I?
unfortunately you do, yeah.
Unfortunately, you know I don't. As a police
Unfortunately.
officer, I don't, but as a member of the public, you do.
No, I
Who
don't.
are you, sir?
No, I don't. You're invading my personal space.
No,
It's
I'm
a bit
not.
aggressive, isn't it?
No, I'm not. I'm a good hand's space
Yeah.
away from you, aren't I? So who are you, sir?
I'm not obliged to give you that
Who
information.
are you and what
Well, I
reasons you
suspect
have
you
at
of
North
committing
Kent
a crime.
Police Station? Yeah, you're currently covertly recording members of the
I'm not
public.
covertly.
And recording members of the public and police officers.
I'm
going
not
about
recording
their
any more
business.
of it,
You had their
yeah.
private number plates. You have no reason to be here. I suggest
I-
you leave, sir.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
I'm not obliged to give you that
What's
information.
your name?
I'm not obliged to give you
What's
that
your
information.
name, sir?
I'm not obliged, sir.
Yes, you are.
This is a clear offence. Lying to a member of the public who hasn't committed a crime, hasn't been arrested, and telling them they must give their name. Just to set the record straight, you're not legally required to give your name to the police unless you've committed a crime. A decent officer will make that clear before asking.
Can I have your number, please, sir? Can I have your name and number?
What's that?
You're not entitled to give you your name. Isn't it your policy that you give me your name and your number?
What's your name?
I'm not obliged to give you that information. Am I suspected of committing a crime?
Section 50 of the police reform act.
Yeah,
If a member of the public, this case sir,
yeah,
is causing harassment, alarm and distress to any member of the public,
yeah,
which I have had a few people making this well,
yeah,
are obliged to give us your name and address.
yeah.
Failure to do so is an arrestable offence.
Okay,
Personally, I don't want to go down that route.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you what, why.
yeah.
You know, I've tried to be.
I came down here to do a news story, and you
news
came,
story?
yeah, and you came out here
So
doing
what's your name,
terrorism.
sir?
That I'm not obliged to give you that
Yeah, I've
information.
just made you aware under Section 50 of the Police Reform
Yeah.
Act, sir. If
Okay.
you're causing harassment, alarm, distress to members of
Yeah.
the public, it is an arrestable offence.
Okay.
Not to give anybody your name.
You've had phone calls about
As I
me,
say,
yeah?
no, I've had a member of the public point you out the moment I was walking round to you.
Okay.
So all I'm trying to say is, look,
Yeah.
this is what's going on. If you're
Yeah.
after a news
Well, if you
story-
want to arrest me, arrest me. I'm not bothered.
Personally, I don't.
Well,
But
I'm not
what
going to give
asking
you my name and information.
I've
you know,
got
it's
work
not
to
me.
do. I've
Yeah.
got proper work to
Yeah.
do. We're real members of the public who aren't here just to wind us up. And that's all you're here to do, sir. And I'm not going to give you the time of the day, personally, because you're wasting my time. As a police officer, all I have to give you is my false number. You can
Yeah, he hasn't given me his false number.
Yes. There you go, he's done it.
Thank you.
This officer is clearly on a power trip, threatening to arrest the photographer just to get his name and address. But the photographer stood his ground. The officer even claims he's got better things to do, yet shows up with 5 other officers for backup.
Can we help you at all?
No, I would have called.
And in our final video, Auditor Absolute Audits is approached by police officers who try to use the usual terrorism excuse when questioning why he's filming outside a police station, despite filming from public land. He shuts them down with just one question.
That's a very personal service, isn't it, in Winchester? You just come out and ask members of the public if they need help?
We do when people are filming entrances to police stations. As I'm sure you can appreciate, there are times, you know, when people film entrances to police stations for other reasons that perhaps are not as, you know, kind. Okay.
Oh.
So if we do see people filming police stations, we appreciate that it's a public place. You can film if you so wish. It's not a problem. It's to see who you are, make sure that we're happy that there's nothing untoward about it. All right. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Is there a reason why you're doing it today?
Because I want to.
Because you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's for no ulterior motive or...
And if it was, would I tell you?
Well, probably not.
True.
But there we go. But
This is very true, isn't it?
That's the kind of thing we want to talk, you know, that's the reason why we come out and talk to people, because then we get a feel for who the person is.
Just makes us feel a bit uncomfortable, that's all.
Yeah, because like I say, there are people that have done it for rather more sinister purposes, and so we just want to make sure that that's not the case. All right, sir?
Like what?
Say again?
Like what?
Oh, terrorists will come and film police stations. They will film CCTV cameras, people's comings and goings.
Wouldn't they just use a drone or Google Maps or something?
Say again, sorry?
Wouldn't they just use Google Maps?
They don't. We get people. It's a good point, but obviously Google Maps can be out of date.
Right.
Sometimes it's over a year out of date. So you can find that people will come and film, you know, locations of CCTV cameras. What are the entry systems to our buildings? What times are people coming and going? All those sorts of things, and they will do it because they are planning to attack us. All right.
Okay.
That does happen, and it has happened in the past.
Out of interest, when was the last terrorist attack against the police?
Oof, now you're asking.
Against the police?
Yeah, I know the answer. Let's see if you do.
Oh, do you? No, I don't.
I don't. Let us know.
I don't.
When was it?
It was 1986.
Thank you.
Happy?
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Although they used the terrorism excuse to question a member of the public carrying out a lawful activity, at least they were willing to listen, respected his privacy, and let him get on with it, unlike many other officers we've seen. And that's all for today's video. Which officer frustrated you the most? And which member of the public impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe. It's completely free. And if you haven't already, check out our other videos. You won't regret it.